Do you also overthink or are you opposite of normal? Hey guys, welcome back to D&M channel. Today we will be discussing about something that we all overthink a lot about. That is communication starters. Have you ever gone to a new party where you don't know anybody and you're like, okay, I need to approach people, I need to talk to people, but I don't know how to start a conversation? We have all been there. So, you're at the right place. I'll be telling you some tips that you can use to have an incredible conversation starter. Let's get started. So, when you go into the party, the basic conversation that might look like be like, hey, hi, what are you doing? Nothing much. Same. Do you also hear what I'm hearing? Awkward silence. Yes, awkward silence is the killer of all the amazing conversations that could happen. Steps to avoid awkward silences. All the big talks require asking fresh questions because our mind wants unique and interesting things. For example, you heard a very good joke for the first time. All of you laughed. Second time, you heard the same joke. You're like, haha, man. Third time, same joke again. You didn't laugh at all. Why? Because you have heard this joke again and again, and you have no interest in this joke because it has lost its uniqueness. Same with conversation starters. When we start a question with, hi, where are you from? Where are you from is a question that everybody asks. People have gotten so bored of this question that whenever this comes up, you're like, what again? Like imagine you're the new person. Okay, like for example, let's take a farewell. I went into the farewell, right? So I was approaching different groups, and imagine I approached 5 groups, and all of them asked, where am I from? The first time I was like, second time, fine. Third time, why? Like, don't you have any other questions to ask besides where am I from? Let me tell you guys, where am I from? It's not an easy question for transferable kids. Why? Because you are born somewhere, your parents belong to somewhere, you grew up somewhere else, and you know this little bit language of this, or thoda idhar ka, thoda udhar ka. You don't have a certain identity. You be like, okay, born in here, parents from here, education completed in here, and etc. And explaining all of that to 5 different groups again and again. Friends, whenever starting a conversation, be very clear about your intent. That what is your intent for the talk? Are you going there to have a good time? Is it a professional meeting? You wanna make some new friends, right? Your intent is very important because it will direct the flow of your conversation with that person. For example, if you just want to have a good time with your friends, you would be like, are you having fun? Are you enjoying this place? What is your story? What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you in your life? Etc. If you are in a professional meeting, you might be like, what are your interests? How do you know this host? What other passion projects are you working on? That might be some intriguing questions which might cause the listener to think before he or she answers. That is why these are interesting. Also, make sure that whenever you're meeting a new person, you want your questions to be directed into one direction, yet not too personal. Like if we ask, what is your story? So it is an open-handed question, yet not too personal that our listener might be, hesitated. Should I tell that or not? Bonus tips, hotspots. Whenever you're talking in a conversation, please pay attention to your listener's expressions. For example, if you're talking about sports and your listener is not that interested, he or she may be like, yes, right, like, see, not that interested. Try to change the topic as soon as the conversation isn't going well. Change the topic. Maybe talk about drawing, politics, whatever stuff you feel like your listener might be interested in. And when your listener is interested, you have found the hotspot. Your listener will lean in, raise their eyebrows, and be like, "Hmm, right, it's fascinating, it's amazing, right?" They would be more active in a conversation which is aligned with their interests. Hence, try to find these hotspots. One important note: please avoid asking questions related to marks, age, and salary, because the person feels that you are judging them on the basis of these three. We don't want to judge any people. We don't want to make them uncomfortable. We want them to be comfortable with us and have a good one-on-one or big talk conversations. Let's have a quick recap. Number 1, intent. Number 2, open-handed questions, not too personal, directed in a direction. Number 3, watching and reading the expression of your listener to see the hot spot moments. Thank you, friends. If you apply all these three, I can ensure that you're going to have a very good conversation ahead. If you have any feedback, please let me know in the comment section. If you like the video, you can subscribe. Thank you. What's your hobby? Annoying my brother?